Hey guys, Mr. Mewman back here again today. Today I've got another master set for you here. This is the newly released Champions Path. Before I get into it, I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing and liking our videos here lately. We really appreciate the support. We really enjoy all the openings that we do together and bringing you guys even more master sets. So with that being said, let's kind of get into it. So first of all, I'm using an Ultimate Guard binder. I got this from, I want to say Burning Tree or something like that. I'll put the link in the description so you can see what I'm using. In my normal master sets, I usually use one that is 4 across, but this one, since it is a smaller set, you can see this one is only 3 across. So I do like the Ultimate Guard, the ones that zip. I feel like they give the cards the best protection they can really get, except for especially collecting all these different master sets. So a little bit about the set. There are 80 total cards in the set, and then when you include the 54 reverse holos, you get 134, which is the total amount. There are no exclusives in this set as of yet, because there was no theme decks or anything like that. Will we see any of those in the future? We may not, don't know. But if we ever do get any, I will also include those down in the description as well. And as I've said before, we've done multiple master sets, all the ones for Sword and Shield. So we've got the Sword and Shield base set, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze. This is Champion's Path. All those links that we've done will be in the description as well. So with that being said, let's get started here. So we start out, of course, with Venusaur V. This set is not really based off of any one set from Japan. It's kind of a lot of stuff thrown together. A lot of these cards are pulled from the Japanese theme decks that they got over there, with Venusaur being one of them, the star of the grass type decks. There's a few reprints in here that we'll see, or alternate arts that we'll see, that will be released in Japan later on. But yeah, no really Japanese set this is really based off of. So starting out here with Venusaur. Of course, Venusaur is actually one of my favorites. It was, the first starter I picked back when I started with Red and Blue years ago. So we go with Venusaur V. We got the Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. This is an alternate art Eldegoss that they will get in Japan later on this year, and Vulpix. And as you guys can see here, I do put the reverse holo right next to the normal version. I don't like to put it on top because as a set, I like to be able to see all the cards in the set. So you will see all the reverse holos next to them. And if there's any holos, then you'll see the reverse holos next to the normal holo as well. So from there, we move on to Victini, and you can see a lot of these cards, they don't have full evolution chains, so you don't have a Ninetales in this set. There's a few other cards in this set that you'll notice that as well. But we have Victini, Incineroar, another one from the V starter decks, Sizzlepede, Centiskorch, which is a holo, and of course it's a reverse holo. There are a total of 10 holos in this set, and there are no rares, so you're guaranteed at least a holo in every set, which is kind of nice, so you're not getting a rare every time. So at least a holo you get in every set, and there's 10 of those. We have Carvanha and Sharpedo. We get into Wailord, which is from another one of the Japanese theme decks, and I do like Wailord with his massive 280 HP here. From there we go into Dreadnought V and Dreadnought VMAX, and Gardevoir V and Gardevoir VMAX. I'll hold the binder up here a little bit so you can see those. I do like the artwork on the Gardevoir VMAX, and then of course there's the Dreadnought. Those are from sets that were left out, that were already released in Japan, and they were left out of some of our other English sets. So from there we go to Hatena, and then Hatterene, and then Hatterene, another holo in the set that you see the reverse holo. We have Galarian Cursola V, Alcremie V, and Alcremie VMAX. Something that was interesting about this set, as you'll notice later on, is they left out the full art Alcremie and they left out the rainbow rare Alcremie VMAX. So maybe they're coming as promos, maybe they're coming in another set. I personally don't know yet. I'll be excited to find out, when we'll eventually get those cards. From there we get Machop, Machoke, and then Machamp. And this Machamp, one of the pin collections is a promo version of it. So it's basically the same thing except for it's different artwork. We go into Lucario, which is from another Japanese theme deck. Zygarde, another holo in reverse. And then Rockruff. We have Lycanroc here, which is another holo in a reverse. Roly-Poly, and here's another example how they kind of leave out the rest of the evolution chain, just Roly-Poly, and you don't have Carkol or Colossal, although Colossal is one of the promos that you get from one of the pin collections. We have Grapploct V, which was released in Japan in an earlier set that was left out of our sets. From there, we move into the Darkness type Pokemon with Ekans and Arbok. Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Lanoon, and then here's the Holo Galarian Obstagoon and the Reverse Holo. And then we go into Absol. So, of course, the normal and the reverse there. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, the darkness with the reverse. From there, we move into Purloin and Liepard, Scraggy, Scrafty, which is another Holo, Trubbish, and we can see here they left out the Garbodor. And then we go move into Inkay and Malamar. And then another example here that leave out an evolution chain in Nickit, and then they left out the Thievul. Duraludon V, which was from the Japanese sets or the theme decks. Then from there we move into Swablu and Altaria, probably one of my favorite cards from the set. Definitely my favorite holo from the set with that miraculous charm ability. It is quite fun to use that card, especially playing against a lot of decks that are very reliant on Vs and GX, and they really don't have a way around it to attack it. So a very fun card to play with, and probably one of my favorites from the set. So from there we move into the trainers. A lot of reprints here on the trainers in this set. We have Bead and Full Heal and Great Ball. This is an alternate art hop that is at least new for us, so it's different than the artwork that we got in the base set. Hyper Potion and Kabu. We have another holo Marnie, so this was a holo in the base set, and now they brought it back in Champion's Path as another holo. From there we go on to Milo, and then Pierce, and then Pokeball. Another interesting thing about this set is they actually had some common trainers, so it's been a long time, I think, since we've seen common trainers, so Pokeball being one of them, and we'll get down here to Potion in a sec, which is another common. But there's the Pokemon Center lady in here, and here's that common Potion that I mentioned. We get into another holo here in Professor's Research, so this is also another reprint from the base set. It was a holo in the base set, and now it's a holo here in Champion's Path, so it is probably easier to get a holo Professor's Research in this set than it is in the base set. So from there we move on to the Rotom Bike, and we have the Rotom Phone, and then we have Sonia. The Suspicious Food Tin, I always feel this card goes along well with Gardevoir, so when they left the Gardevoir out of the earlier set, they left that out with it. And yeah, you can see here we're starting to get to some of the full arts and stuff. But to finish it up with the trainers is Team Yellgrunt and the Turffield Stadium. And now we are moving into our full art. So you can see we have 5 full arts here, and I'll kind of lift this up with Dreadnought V being the first one. Then we have Gardevoir V. I really like the artwork on this Gardevoir V, the full art. With that dark blue background, it kind of reminds me of, Sapphire, very fitting for Gardevoir coming out of the Hoenn region with Ruby and Sapphire. I feel like it's a very good complementary color for that. From there, we move into the full art Galarian Cursola. Very colorful card there, too. And then we have our last full art Pokemon in Grapploct. From there, we move on to our only full art trainer, which is Hop, which was a promo in Japan. And of course, you can see right next to that Rainbow Charizard VMAX. So as of now, we've currently pulled 2 of these. And I can put the link in the description down below to where we pulled these. And the great thing is that we pulled this and a Shiny Charizard that you'll see down below out of 1 double box, which was incredible luck. So on top of that, they even gave us a Venusaur V in that box. But to be able to pull both Charizards out of 1 double box was, we were both speechless to say the least. So from there we move on to the Rainbow Dreadnought VMAX and the Rainbow Gardevoir, and you can see they left out the Rainbow Alcremie. And then from there we move on to the Rainbow Kabu and Pierce. Both of these were full arts in Darkness Ablaze, and they moved the rainbows into this set. And then from there, we do move on to that Shiny Charizard. So there it is right there. That Shiny Charizard was pulled in the same box as that Charizard V, that VMAX that we have up above, that rainbow one. So yeah, definitely check out the links in the description to see us pulling that. It was definitely a great experience. So from there we move on to the only secret rare trainer, Suspicious Food Tin. And then I've also included here the full art Charizard V that came from the Elite Trainer box. And as you can kind of see if I zoom out a little bit here, it is the same artwork as the shiny one, obviously just different colors. So that is it for this set. It is a small set. Not many full arts, not many secret rares, especially considering the past couple sets have had several secret rares and several full arts, so a little bit easier to collect. You know, assuming you pull both of the Charizards, because they are, I think, both very expensive cards right now. And then on the back here, I do have all the reverse energies, so it is cool seeing that reverse fairy energy down here. So they did include that as well. Of course, the fairy typing being discontinued in Sword and Shield and basically being shifted over to the psychic type. But that is it for this set. Overall, it was a lot of fun to open it up, even though it really didn't have a base that it was based off of, like a set in Japan, and they just kind of pieced it together. But it was fun, you know, chasing the two Charizards, and being able to get both of them out of the same box and then pulling the rainbow one again. Hopefully we'll have more luck. Maybe we can pull a few more of those. And if we can pull more, then I'll update the description to include those links as well. But that is it for this master set. The next one we will be working on is Vivid Voltage. So we've got some boxes on pre-order for those that we'll be opening. And kind of going through and trying to do the same thing where we collect the master set, and that will give us all the sets from this year. So all 5 sets, the normal 4 sets, and then of course this one subset. And then, you know, once we finish up the November set, Vivid Voltage, we'll be moving on to the sets next year. Don't want to look too far ahead right now, but focus on one set at a time. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining, and we'll be back next time with the Vivid Voltage master set.